Tracking major new developments in a string of murders that happened in Calaveras County.
Yeah, today the sheriff's office announced that they're going to use DNA technology to identify remains in the Leonard Lake and Charles Ng murders from 1980. And ABC 10's Kurt Rivera has more.
He was very smart, very funny. He was crazy about motorcycles and cars.
That's how Sharon Salito describes her brother, then 39-year-old Paul Cosner, believed to be one of the 11 to 25 victims in the notorious Leonard Lake and Charles Ng murders.
It's been a long, many decades, but I still hadn't given up on finding my brother's body.
Fast forward over 3 decades later, and now she and many more families have a renewed sense of hope in the form of this crypt. About a week ago, remains gathered by law enforcement were exhumed and submitted to the California Department of Justice for DNA analysis.
The advancement in DNA technology has greatly increased over the years, specifically to the point where we think we're very hopeful that we can return or legally find out who the victims are of the crime.
It was the early to mid-'80s when Charles Ng and Leonard Lake went on their gruesome killing spree here in Calaveras County. Lake owned a cabin in the remote town of Wilseyville on a large piece of property where he brought his victims. Victims were tortured, raped, murdered, while being videotaped inside a makeshift bunker and then buried on the property. In 1985, Lake was arrested but swallowed cyanide pills he had sewn in his clothing and died. Ng fled to Canada but was eventually tried and convicted for 11 murders. He is currently on death row at San Quentin. Victims' family members like Sharon Salito finally feel closure is within reach.
I just don't want him in those killing fields for the rest of eternity. I want him back here in Ohio, and I want him next to Mother.
Families have waited so long for a bit of closure. Of course, stay with us for updates. Investigators say it will take several months before they learn the DNA result.